let's do this. What do I got here for you viewers? Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Alright, what I got for you here? AMD Radeon software Adrenalin 25.3.1 driver. Says here, download AMD software Adrenalin 25.3.1 Whql. Let's see here. What do we got here? New products. Is the RX 970, RX 7650 GRE, Ryzen AI Max 395, AI 5 Pro 340, and AMD Radeon 8040M, AI 7 Pro 350, AMD Radeon 8060M, AI 5 340, Radeon 8040M, AI 7 350, Radeon 860M, Ryzen 9955HX, and 9850HX and 9955HX3D. Yeah, and this is for graphics. Yeah. So it says new features for you AMD fans. It says AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 4, AMD FSR 4. Support is exclusively on AMD Radeon RX 970 series graphics card. AMD FSR 4 features a new big upgrade toggle in AMD software Adrenalin Edition that automatically upgrades support games that have built-in AMD FSR 3.1. Support to use the new ML-based AMD FSR 4 upscale algorithm. AMD FSR 4 will be available for over 30 games on Radeon RX 970 series graphics card. Another subtopic: AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2.1 improve generation image quality with reduced ghosting and better temporal tracking. Support for AMD Radeon RX 6000, 7000, 9070 series graphics cards and AMD Ryzen AI 300 series processors. AI enhanced features in AMD software Adrenalin Edition. Support is exclusively on AMD Radeon RX 9070 series graphics card. AMD Chat. AMD Chat is a GPU accelerated local offline chatbot with text and image generation capabilities. AMD Chat can answer common questions about a user AMD hardware and enable key features in AMD software Adrenalin Edition. AMD Image Inspector. AMD Image Inspector leverage AI to help AMD accelerate games quality improvements by capturing text and image diagnostic data. AMD Install Manager. AMD Install Manager is a new application that easily manages your AMD specific software installation. AMD Install Manager supports the installation of our new AMD Chat and the latest AMD graphics chipset driver. It says here, users now have an option to automatically keep AMD software up to date, allowing the AMD Install Manager to update their installed driver and software on the fly. Subtopic again, AMD Radeon image sharing. No, AMD Radeon image sharpening too. I said sharing. So support is exclusive on AMD Radeon RX 9070 series graphics card. Now updated to provide stronger and more responsive sharpening in more use cases. AMD Radeon image sharpening 2 can now apply sharpening to games, videos, or across the entire desktop. And then it says here, other highlights: new game support, Fragpunk and Split Fiction. Says here, another subtopic, AMD Rock M and WSL for AMD Radeon RX 7000 series. Says here, official support for Windows subsystem for Linux. WSL2 enables users with support hardware to run workloads with AMD Rock M software on a Windows system, eliminating the need for dual boot setups. The following has been added to WSL2: official support for Llama 3, 8B, and then it says in parentheses via VLLM, close parentheses, and stable Diffusion 3 models, support for Hugging Face transformers, support for Ubuntu 24.4. Subtopic: AI performance improvements on AMD Radeon RX 7000 series. Performance improvements to the following use cases: up to 70% improvement on Adobe Lightroom AI Enhanced Detail, up to 13% improvements on Adobe Lightroom denoise, up to 40% improvement with Topaz Photo AI subtest, up to 10% improvement on DaVinci Resolve AI classes. Subtopic: developer updates. New AMD machine readable GPU instruction set architectures ISAs. Specification updates to supports AMD RDNA 4 and RDNA 3.5 architecture graphics card. New open source AMD Advanced Interactive Streaming AIS SDK release designed for the ground up to transform streaming from passive viewing into immersive experience, and AMD Advanced Media Framework AMF, an SDK update. And then it says AMD Radeon Developer Tools Site RDTS updates with support for AMD Radeon RX 9000 series graphics card. Coming soon, the RDT includes the recently released driver experiment tool that enable low-level control over behavior of AMD software. Adrenalin edition for developers. Stay tuned to GPU Open News for the latest news for developers. Then it says expanded HyperRX support. HyperTune support allows HyperRX to enable in-game technologies like AMD Fidelity, Super Resolution, and AMD Radeon Anti-Lag 2. Support has been added to automatically configure AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution with frame generation, Farming Simulator 25, Stalker 2, Hearts of Chronoby, and Silent Hill 2. And then it says expanded Vulkan extension support. The tribunal is spoken again. Anyway, it says here VK extension depth clamp control. And let's see, fix issues. Hep C encoding may not work as expected while using OBS Studios with Twitch enhanced broadcasting. Intermittent driver timeout or crash may be observed while playing Warhammer 40,000. Space Marine 2 on some AMD graphics products, such as the AMD Ryzen AI 9 HX 370. Lower than expected performance may be observed in Delta Force on Radeon RX 7000 series graphics products. Intermittent stutter may be observed while playing Marvel Rivals when AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 3 frame generation is enabled. And I think this is the last paragraph here. Says here known issues. Yeah, almost done. Didn't take that long. Says here known issues. Intermittent crash of AMD software Adrenalin edition may be observed while playing Marvel Spider-Man 2 or Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart with AMD Image Inspector enabled. User experience this issue are recommended to disable AMD Image Inspector as a temporary workaround. Lower than expected performance may be observed when using YouTube on the Microsoft Edge web browser immediately after a driver install. Users experiencing this issues are recommended to restart Microsoft Edge and relaunch YouTube as a temporary workaround. Says here third-party tools that rely on our ADL SDK for detecting ROPS counts will incorrectly report 64 ROPS, and we are looking to address this in a driver update post-launch. Incorrect gamma is exhibited while playing Counter-Strike 2 and using MSAA times x8 on Radeon RX 9070 series graphics products. AMD software Adrenalin edition may not accurately report AMD FSR4 enablement for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Intermittent application crash may be observed in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle when settings are set to very ultra quality and path tracing is enabled, users experiencing these issues are recommended to use the default ray tracing setting as a temporary workaround. After using the AMD cleanup utility for Windows, the AMD bug report tool may appear intermittently during a new driver install on AMD Ryzen 7000 and above series processors paired with AMD graphics products. It says here, after completing a driver upgrade on certain laptops, users may experience intermittent failures for integrated camera to start. Users experiencing these issues are recommended to use the AMD cleanup utility for Windows and use our previous recommended driver available here. We'll leave the link. And then it says limitations for Windows subsystem for Linux WSL2 support can be found here. We'll leave that link too. Now, this update is for the Radeon 9000 series, 7000 series, 6000 series, 5000 series. That's for desktop. Mobile is for the 6000M series and 5000M series. And integrated is for the 700M series and 600M series. And that should do it. So you guys are good as far as AMD goes when it comes to updates. Now, we got 8 comments. What do we got here? VF said this: can anyone test RIS-2 Radeon image sharpening 2 and let me know what it looks like compared to RIS-1? And then who is this? I prefer Intel and AMD over NVIDIA said this. They finally brought some improvement, and also I have been waiting as my AMD Adrenalin software just keeps saying download fail, and they should bring FSR4 to 6000 series. And then someone, I think B said this: yeah, but its quality will be probably similar to Intel XeSS without XMX acceleration. And see, Whql said this: they have to bring the AI features to the 7000 series at some point. It looks almost pointless including AI accelerators. And Jev, who's this? Jev said this: give 7000 series owners FSR4. Yeah, I would say they should give all the AMD products FSR4. Just saying, so they can just benefit from it. If you get the point. Who was it? And then Bob said this: they will probably do that after they have ironed out the bugs and the 9000 series I sold enough. And then Tripper said this: drivers for Linux are available now as well. And then Nexus said this: cool, hopefully some real improvements. Those are all the comments in the article. So AMD got you guys covered, when it comes to FSR4 and all their graphics, all their hardware products, from GPUs, to CPUs. So they have you guys covered. So that should do it for now until the next update. Told you, these developers, they work, man. They work. Behind the scenes, they work, man. So they come out with a new product, they're on it, So yeah. And they're taking your feedback, so they are listening. So they will be back with another update. So when they do, I'll keep you guys in the loop. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, the Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Borg, Dark Side. Go. Peace.